with me. Okay. Yeah. So you guys can hear me well now, right? This is better. Okay, for sure. So essentially, like what I'm like thinking here is just like Udyr goes for like a natural like full clear, right? And then like we meet Gragas over here, right? And then like we're able to just like pivot down and like get him on the scuttle, right? So a lot of ways that people like end up doing this, if we want to play off bot side after doing like a bot to top clear, is like essentially like you can like try and just like contest if you go for like a gank bot and you're able to just like get something out of that and like you're able to like translate your lane into like his jungle, you can actually like look to like 5 minutes jungle, and at the same time you can actually just like reset like your pathing to make sure that you can actually start from top to bot, and then like that way like you can actually like reset like your pathing to just like end up in bot lane, right? So you start like this, right? But then you end up going here, right? So that looks very different depending on like what the game like looks like and like what's going on. Because if you're gonna double scuttle, you can probably like you're probably hoping that your bot lane is like cheater recalling, right? Because if they're cheatering, that means that, like as you're over here, the wave is like pushing back into them, right? Yeah, so that means that they have like priority in this lane right now because essentially if the wave's right here, then like your team can move up and then like these guys are kind of like gimped over here. Also, like you have an advantage on Seraphine. So then like we do that, right? And then we end up like either deciding to like path top, and then like we start like pivoting these camps into here, or we clear, or we decide to do something different, right? Because like I said, it depends on what the game looks like. But we actually end up doing like Raptors and then Krugs, and then we gank bot, recall, clear top, and then like maybe look for like a top, or like sorry, we look for a top gank, clear top, and then our bot camps are up again, and then we can once again translate this into here, so that you can like pivot your pathing. Just like something to keep in mind, because like that way like you don't have to be stuck on this route, and like a lot of junglers like actually do this, but actually like changes the game, right? And the reason why this is important too is because like later on to the game, when you have objectives like this and that, right? Like say like you have Baron up, well why are you still doing like your pathing from top to bot, right? Like that makes no sense because yeah, because like now it's like 28 minutes into the game, and like you want to hit like level like whatever, like you want to get like whatever item, right? And then like you're doing here, you go here, and then you go here. Okay, well like this guy's like still pathing like this. They all end up on the same side of the map. Oh, Udyr's bot side. All right, we're doing Baron. And same thing for Dragon, right? Yeah, so just like very important to like keep in mind. But like ideally, like if you guys like did want to do that, like even if you decide to just like not play off of like top or Gragas, it's actually like good to like start like bot lane here just because of the power of like cheater recall. And like the reason why you can cheater in here is because Seraphine and Zyra like obviously can control the lane. They can force a cheater, they can push a third wave in. And Xayah, like what can Galio do against that? Nothing. What can Xayah do against that? Yeah, but like look at where she's at right now, right? Like look at this at. So then like there's like a opportunities for you to just like be able to like double scuttle, or if you don't want to do that because like say the jungler changes and you probably like can't fight him, then you actually just like end up starting like top side into bot side, and then like you have like free reign over here. But either plan's good. Yeah. Uh, wait, did we mess this up? I think we did. Wait, so if you were, what would you do different? Which waves would you push? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, because this one like died too fast, so like kind of like pulled up like a little bit. Yeah. So I think if like you kept it like goes up, right? Yeah. Because like your name and such is still gonna push like that, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was like definitely like the first wave because like essentially you want to push like the last like 3 minions of like the second wave, and then like you start shoving that, and then the third one. That's just unlucky timing. Well, actually, you just got like super unlucky here because this makes no sense, right? Like he like coin flipped super hard and he got lucky. So like yeah, I'm not even gonna like go into this because this is just fucking lucky to be honest. Yeah, yeah, dude, we're just giga flipping. Hell yeah, I like it. That's good. It's fine. I don't think we really care about that. Probably. Wait, when? Okay. Okay, for sure. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if I agree with the TP here though. Yeah. But I don't agree with this like thought process because I feel like like I'm not trying to just like assume like I know like how you play like all the time, but like if we just like kind of like disregard this like and we don't like understand like the impact of this, especially like getting like the different champions, this is actually it's like super detrimental. Like if you're going even in lane, right, and like you said like you're gonna lose lane, doing shit like this like automatically like makes you like lose lane. Because you're essentially gonna be like, what? He's gonna be level 4, you're gonna be level 2. At that point, what agency do you have? So it's not even gonna be like this is like not even just like losing lane because like losing lane would be like being like what like 10 CS down, just because it's like the range is a melee dynamic, right? But like now like you have no agency, which like bleeds onto the rest of your team, right? So now we have a scenario where Azir's level 6, you're level 5, and then we go into a fight. What can you offer compared to Azir? Simultaneously, like what did this TP do? Because like say like even like let's say it was like a 1-for-1 trade, right? Like at the end of the day, it's like not that bad because this wave has to crash. And so it's fine because like a level 1 Galio can't hold this wave. Like he actually like gets like hard chunked. Yeah. And so like that's fine, but I think you took that to like an extreme. Because like now it's just like you're not just like gonna lose. Like now you're not gonna be relevant at all. Because so like now like you're making the game harder for your team because like what you offer isn't as much because you put yourself into this situation. Because I understand like being selfless, but then that's just like too extreme. Do you guys remember the con? Do you guys remember the comms off this either way? By the way. Yeah, please. You stream all your games, right? Okay, that's really good because like yeah, because if you guys like actually want to work on your communication, it's good to like hold yourselves accountable in that way. I could probably find it. A42. Okay.
Yeah, no, I thought I'd kill him, but eh.
No, sorry, Will. I just it, like occurred to me that they had no heal, so I was like, turn on Zaya, turn on Zaya. Yeah. No, I just didn't want you to think I was like yelling at you. I meant to. I got excited.
He saw the play and he was like, go, 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 go.
Wait, so who was that talking right now?
Exactly. Excited.
Wait, who?
He saw the play and he.
Yeah. No, I just didn't.
All
want
right,
you to
so
think I was, like,
so
yelling
we're
at
having
you.
the conversation
I meant
right now,
to-
right?
I
But
got
then like that's like filler.
Excited.
This is
I'm here. As you're
No, I thought I'd kill him, but
uh-huh.
yeah, run the.
Go, 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 go.
So I get that and I get where you're coming from, right? Like it makes sense, but save that for later. Because it's just like if people like want to calm, like now they're gonna have this like psychological thing. Like now they don't want to be rude and they don't want to interrupt you because you're talking. So if someone wants to like say something like right now and like they just like don't feel like interrupting you, then that communication gets lost. Because I theoretically like why are you going over a play like or like something like happened in the middle of the game? Just save it for like afterwards. Be like, hey, like sorry about earlier, by the way, and then you move on from that. Because like essentially like what I want like calmed here is just like in this state like right now like Azir like obviously has tempo, so this is bad for Udyr, right? Like this has to be communicated. It's just like, hey, I'm coming back mid lane. The wave's under my turret. I have no tempo. Like if you do anything right now, Azir can walk. I can't. Also, Azir's like one level on me right now, and we offer no damage, so you have to like, be like super careful because like right now there's like no one that can help Chris. If this like turns out to be like super like dangerous, like if you live, cool, but then like we don't want to go off for results. If we actually want to focus on improving our communication, it doesn't matter like if this works or not. We want to just like make sure we give like the proper like stuff like over here. But it wasn't said, right? Like.
Exactly. Yeah. I
Azir
saw
has
the
a
play.
rock can run here. Azir can be on top. Yeah, run this way. Run this way.
I can't come over
No,
there to help you.
Dakota didn't call that he was going.
Meant to. I got excited.
He saw the play and he was like, go, 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 go.
Yeah, so like you guys like
Exactly,
you guys
yeah.
just pinged it like after they already showed up. Like yeah, like when you see the pings right here, like look at the screen. Like now it's too late, right? It's way too late. And like no one's like saying anything, so it's just like okay, this is kinda like fucked because if he dies it's yeah. Because like that way, like that information can kind of like make Chris kind of like realize it's just like okay, well like this is like dangerous because like if top says like hey I can't do anything to top, like she has a wave on me. Mez is like hey he has a wave on me. He like Karma goes first, Azir goes first. Like then like Chris can kind of be like okay, well like I can probably like take this and then that's it. Okay. Okay. Did we not see the sword? Oh no, he didn't. No, he dropped it like over the wall. Because I think I only like agree. So if you actually like want to like go for this, I think the most important thing here is just like this wave has to be under turret. Like so, I think like the troll part was like wasting like all your abilities. Actually, where are you at? Wait, okay, it's kind of like awkward. Would you guys even have the damage to kill him? No, right? Seraphine has no mana. Yeah, so I was gonna actually like say like how you can like do this, but I feel like that's like irrelevant because like I don't think like you guys have enough damage to kill. Like maybe if like Udyr came too. No, you have to push the wave though, because the wave's already like this, so you have no choice but to crash it. Like if you want anything to work right here, right? Like okay, like so say it's a world where you have like full mana, right? And then like you see that like your mid has this huge wave. This guy's coming bot. Hopefully like you're taking TP timers into consideration, like if they can TP or not. Like can Azir TP? Can Karma TP? Do we know where Gragas is at? So hopefully we're like thinking about all those things, right? And then we're thinking about like, okay, so like what scenario is like best for us, right? Because like if they're like anywhere past here, it's hard to gank like this. It's way too obvious. I could just react to it, right? So like at this point, what you have to do now is like as this wave's crashing, the one window that you have right now is that you crash this wave as you're like crashing this wave onto here, and like you do have time because this one's like all the way over here. Like Zyra and Seraphine should just like use everything on this wave and don't even worry about like poking her. Like that, like no damage, like right now, like don't do it. It doesn't matter. And then we just like use everything to shove this. Because like when we do like stuff like this, like we could just like use that on the wave and just like maybe like push up. But we don't have the minute to do that. So like at this point, like kind of just like realize like you can't like really like go for this play. Because like now they're playing like right here. And there's nothing you could do about that because like the wave prior to this one, the wave was already like that. And like you don't have the minutes to like crash this wave, and like now the time is gonna be awkward because like this is gonna be cleared. So if he commits to a dive, then Azir gets free shoved. Now he's level 6, and then he's level 4 if it doesn't work out. And then mid's just like done. Like the game's over for mid lane. Like the window's gone now. Yeah. But so like it doesn't like so yeah, you missed everything, but that doesn't matter because the intention of the play was so bad to begin with. So like now you have to play it perfectly mechanically for it to work, otherwise it's just like fucking turbo doomed. Which is like why you don't want to like have like bad intention behind your plays, because like more is required for them to work because they're bad in nature. Okay, so mid's over. I think bot lane's still salvageable. It's just hard because like this guy's like getting his win condition, right? Like he's getting like a free lane. So ideally, like what the enemy team would do here is just like they have like free reign over objectives right now because of the level lead on Azir. Okay. I think you could have like tried to freeze if you told your leaders to go bot, because this wave's like you have to like trim this wave like right now, right? Or kind of like kill like at least kill these two. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. At least kill these two, right? And then like as you're like threatening to freeze, they're gonna do everything that they can to break it, right? And then as they're trying to break it, what happens? Yeah, we told Udyr, it's just like, hey, we're gonna threaten the freeze. They're gonna do everything that they can to break it. Like Zaya's gonna QW, Q and W, auto. Galio's gonna try and Q the wave because they're probably like, hey, they're gonna freeze, like break it, don't let them get it, and then like we start trimming it to make it harder for them. And then we have Udyr gank, and this is fine because even if like Gragas shows up, we can disengage. They're way too far up. Like their safety net's gone, right? Like if Xayah has to hit these, right? It's like make sure that you don't freeze. Essentially, she has to like walk up to here, and this is like perfect for Udyr because Udyr can just like wrap around and just like kill her. Yeah. But so I think this is like where like a good like really like good communication, because like essentially like if you like can you look at this wave and like realize like what's happening? Yeah, so like if this is like the case, and like you can argue that like you're not looking at it, and then that's fine, right? Because if you're not looking at it, how can you know what's going on? That on top of the fact that like maybe like Wallace isn't communicating like what's gonna happen, like then like obviously you're just gonna do this, right? But so like if you actually just like decide to like look at bot lane, you look at the wave, and then Wallace says just like to like confirm like what you're thinking. It's just like, hey, they're gonna shove into us. You have a window. So then, Chris, what do you do instead of like going to dragon and doing like a full clear? So I'm pretty sure you have time to recall and then go bot. Yes, I'm pretty sure you have. Yeah. Yeah, you can just like E in. I was like, Seraphine can just like kind of like that. Yeah, they're going slow. They're going slow. They're going super slow. He kills a cannon, so slow. This is really slow. Like I think in the next wave or two it can crash. Maybe the next wave, like they're gonna throw in a crash. Yeah, so actually like Wallace, what you would have to do is you would actually like have to like trim these, right? And like force it into like a slower push. Not enough so like it like kind of like goes back in your into their favor, but enough so that like if they wanted to shove on the next wave, you actually nullify that. Yeah. No, sure. Yeah, because on the hold here, like you'd be back like right here. And then we trim this again, and then they can't crash the next wave, and then Zyra's coming in, and like we throw in everything. Like we have like Wallace going in aggressive, and like at this point you're already here. And then you kill them because they blew flash on the dive, right? And like hopefully we communicated that, right? If we didn't, that's probably okay. Good. And then now we kill them. We keep the wave. We recall. We freeze, and then we can either rinse or repeat, or we do something topside if there's a window. Because if we keep the wave like this and there's like no one to break it, actually either way like this would be beneficial, right? Because Dragon's not up and then this guy's camps are coming up. So even if you decide to freeze and you decide like not to gank off the freeze, it's actually still good for you because like Gragas is going to be bot side, so you're still going to be safe either way. And you don't need priority right now because there's no dragon and he's going to clear bot side, so you don't need to do anything bot side. You're fine with just like killing them and then keeping the lane right here until Gragas moves into the top side, and then you can start playing more aggressive. These are your windows. These are your windows to win the lane and to be defensive in lane. You just have to like know like when to play aggressive, when to play defensive. And it's through like all that information that you just like intake, right? Because like this is like dangerous now because like Gragas can come like right now because like now you have to like crash on next wave. Also, like, if you're gonna, like, push, right? Because, like, this is essentially gonna be, like, a shitty situation where the wave's gonna end up, like, over here. Yeah? So, we don't want... Oh, okay, sorry. So, we don't want that. Like, we don't want this shoved in right now. Like, kind of just, like, look at this wave and realize, okay, like, hey, like, it's not coming in yet, so that I had to kill these minions slow so that these don't push up and end up over here. Like, last hit, and then, like, as the next wave is, like right here, right? Now you start hitting them. Because by the time they go in, it's going to meet up, like, over here, and then, actually, no, it should be, like, over here. Like, you still want it over here, because it's more safer, right? For you and Zyra. And then you shove it, and then you crash it, and then you get the fuck out. And because we don't want to play, we don't want to shove and then play over here and like look to poke, right? We don't want to do this because then Gragas comes because we know these bot side because of his blue star. And go ahead. No, this is a really good window. It's actually super good. See, so like essentially like what I told you guys like not to do over here, she's doing over here, right? Like she's playing this pocket without knowing where Udyr is at, right? So like now if like she has no flash and she's gonna get chased down, where like look how far she has to run, right? Like, look how long this takes for her to get, yeah. Yeah, you're fine. Because she can't get out. Like, this is, like, way too far. Like, she still has, like, this entire distance to, like, travel, right? And this is essentially, like, what we want to avoid bot lane, like, why we don't want to play, like... What was he doing? Like, blue? Yeah. Yeah, but really good window, top side. Good job, you two. That's really good. You probably get Herald here. Bot lane has to be careful now. Yeah, he runs over here, so we know Gragas is over here. Yeah. Yeah, good read. Okay, bot lane has to be careful. Yeah. Yeah, so we can easily avoid this. I'm not going to go into this discussion about this because I already explained like why this is bad. Yeah, this is not your window, right? Like, wait like 30 seconds or whatever, or like 1 minute, and then he's over here, and then that's fine, and then this guy's safe because he's going to crash this. Reset here. And this opens up like red buff. Yeah. Because like, it's like fine because you get like Herald and red, but like if he's wasting time to like gank bot, you can honestly just like keep him like you can make him think that you don't know that he's there. And like you can just like play like over here instead of over here. And then like you waste his time and it's good because like Udyr takes this and this fast and then he gets Herald. By the time this guy is so bad, this pathing makes zero fucking sense, right? Because let's actually look at what he did, right? And like Chris, you can agree like how terrible this is. Yeah, like he's doing these two and then he's ganking bot. So then tell me what happens if he ganks bot and he doesn't get a kill? Yeah, look at this. Look at what he does. This guy's actually so bad, right? Like, this makes no sense. So, like, this is just free, always. It like, you actually don't have to die here for Udyr to get all of this, because by the time he decides to, like, either, one, recall and walk all the way back over here, gone, right? He's, like, half HP into this, right? Or he recalls, he goes all the way over here, hey, guess what, gone. This guy's prio, cool. This guy's dealing with this wave, awesome. We're set. Now you don't have to die. Now you actually like have like a winning state across the map, right? You have to like the best play right here is to do nothing. Like your pressure here is irrelevant because Udyr is not gonna play off the top side, so you don't need to play aggressive right now. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like irrelevant because just like you guys like don't have to kill. Like that's actually the best play right now. It's just like not setting up for a kill and then not killing. It's like the best play because like it's winning regardless if you kill or not. But then like when you try to kill, like it ends up like not working out because of like the obvious flow of the game. So it just fucks you over. Because like now his bad play like worked out. Like you gave him like the coin flip. It went from a 50% play to like a 90% play. I actually like argue like even though there's like giga like hindsight, right? I'd argue that like if you guys are actually like still like in bot lane, like being able to just like pressure normally and just like keeping them in lane, then Galio probably doesn't. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Because like yeah, if like you're playing over here, you're not dying. This guy wastes his time, and then Galio's like still here. This wave is actually gonna come back into you guys. So Galio's stuck in lane. He can't leave because it makes no sense. Because if he goes over here, you call it right. Like he goes over here. When the way yeah, you're find another way. It's like it's like you like the consequences of this because like essentially it's just like you get to see like how it bleeds out into the rest of the game. Oh no, mid's still doomed, don't worry. Oh. Oh, yeah, yes it does. Because it's not about the matchup, it's about like the habits and the decision-making consistency. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, let's be fair. Like, it just so happened, like, the result worked out in your favor. You won the coin flip. Mm-hmm. Wait, I feel like I feel like this looks so complicated though, right? Because like you guys like approach like a weird angle. Like, yeah, Gragas is here, but like you can like literally just take Herald out, right? Force him to body slam in. That means he has to E in, which means he has to like flash out to like try and steal it. And then when he E's in, you guys just like turn him and you kill him, or you force a flash. Because like now you're fighting on their side of the jungle. So like now like essentially like when you have like this guy that can like potentially walk first, you go into Karma over here, you go into Azir over here. Now Udyr can't get in on this fight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like this guy's like not part of the fight for like another like 5 seconds. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. This is why we don't care about results. This is why we care about intention more than anything. We're just really good at gambling, I guess. Yeah. Also, they play that really bad. Like I don't know why. Like Gragas just like yeah, yeah. It was just so weird. Yeah. Yeah. That's why like result bias is like important to just like not keep track of, because like the better the players get, the less like that coin flip becomes likely to work out in your favor. Uh-oh, stinky. Right. I'm gonna go into let's see. What's it, 1332? Just gonna listen real quick.
I was more trying to get his ear. So I was like, oh my god.
I don't. Wait, I'll clear red Raptors and then I'll see if I can go top right away.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, and I got Leandrews already, so.
Damn.
I have Chem Tank on my back, but I think I should just stay for now.
Cities have songs too. Zon and Piltover sing together in a dance.
Wait, I'm coming. If they engage, I'm right here. Don't worry.
Oh, I thought that was you. I thought Gallia was you, because you said you were coming.
What? Yeah.
Well, I was more trying to get his ear. So I was like, oh, we got him. But then like you weren't autoing, and I was like,
Yeah, why is he not attacking him? Huh?
I was like, yeah, that is not. That's the one thing I hate about skins.
Wait, I'm coming top. I'm coming
Oh,
top.
yeah.
If you can come my way, I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so hear this, right? So the main thing that you want to focus on is communication, yeah? Like as a team. Yeah, you say you want to like work on your trades and like you want to like work on communication. You popped Herald and like you had like a wave stage just like pressure Herald like every reason in the world to do it and no one knew about it. No one knew that this was happening. So it makes sense like why you died here, right? Because like essentially like what happens if like over here you're just like here, let's see, like right here, right? You're just like, hey, like can we like have like someone just like shadow me top, or can we have someone come top right now? I can actually like build this wave and like look to like force Herald top lane. And then like maybe like Zyra and like Udyr can actually like move faster. Like maybe Udyr decides like not to do these camps because he realizes like okay, like we have like 1 minute to get plating. So like if I do this, and then you know I go top, it's probably like too late unless you drop it like on by yourself, right? Because at that point you're gonna drop it like before 14, regardless of like Udyr is like there or not to get the plates, right? All right, good talk. Oh, I can't hear you. Wait, wait, I actually couldn't hear you. Wait, no, but actually, I couldn't hear Curtis at all. Yeah, I can hear you now. Oh yeah, but like so essentially, like I said, yeah, like by the time like Udyr comes up after like clearing this, like it's probably gonna get like too close, and like the wave's gonna be like kind of like trimmed down, right? Yeah, but it's like we want to like communicate like what we're doing because like now we can like have help because if like people like are rotating like in response to this, we can actually like rotate these two faster to like help you out achieve the play that you want to play. But this can't happen if you don't say anything because like I said, I'm pretty sure like your team was surprised that you popped down Herald because it just yeah right. And so even if like now like if he wants to like say something, you probably can't because you guys are talking about I don't know what it was, but yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, because like now these two could like easily like rotate. Because like now like it's like 14 minutes is like coming up. Like you have like 40 seconds to like make this play happen. But like by now like well like Zyra and Udyr are both like over here, right? And actually like you actually like force a dive. So this is actually like such a like really good play. Because Trevor's not here, right? Ah, for fuck's sake. Because if we actually like want to like push a lead, this is how you do it. Like, what's he doing in mid lane right now? Right, like, what value does he get out of this? But, like, if Udyr and Zyra both go top and, like, you throw in a dive off this, you shove her out of the wave. Like, even if you don't kill her, it's fine because you shove her out the wave. And then you get the play in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But so, like, this is, like, what happens, like, if we're, like, having like side conversations like in the middle of the game, then like we're not thinking about this. Like even like if you're still like, oh, like I never like knew about that to begin with. Well, like now as you're talking about other stuff, like now you for sure like won't know because it's just like not coming across your head. Because like honestly, if like Gragas comes here, like actually like we like place like bait, right? It's like we place a bait, we make them think that he's alone. Like we have word coverage here, so we'd probably like sit over here, and then we probably like go over here, right? And then we drop it. And then Gragas comes, and then our team's right here, and then he dies, right? Because he has no flash because he blew in the Herald fight. So he has like ulti away. Yeah. Because go ahead. And so, like, I mean, if you guys are just, like, playing just to play, like, is that really a bad thing, though? If you're playing to, like, have fun, like, it makes sense that you're doing what you're doing, right? Well, it's also like I feel like this is like a common like trend in like a lot of teams. Why is taking the game serious during game time a bad thing? But that's like the feeling I get because it's just like like essentially like so like these like side like little conversations like make the game fun, right?
Oh, you look like my phone.
Mhm.
So I got.
Yeah. Oh no! I'm not saying like don't just like make like side like little jokes, right? But like you guys are going into like actual like conversation about like topics, right? I think like that's like where the problem lies. Like if it's just like oh it's just like like joke. It's just like ha ha ha. Okay, what do we do next, right? But then it's just like anime thighs, mommy milkers, right? It's just like how that goes from there.
This is from my
Okay.
and
Yeah. I also like feel bad because like if you die here, this would actually just be like the most like pointless death in like in the history of League. Because I think in like no world should you ever like die here. Think about the mommy milkers, man.
yeah, but first time Peyton didn't answer, but then when she came home, I ran into give it to her. She gave me a pixie stick, more kisses, nerds, and this lollipop, ring pop, kiss. That's all from Peyton. Oh yeah.
Oh, so you guys decide to do this anyways. But
From Aaliyah, she gave me these little stuffed
Mhm.
animals.
so it's like kind of like weird now because like the timing doesn't make sense because he can respond.
Grandma said not to time in good.
So it becomes like more dangerous as opposed to before with the Herald, where it's just like, well, if you're really gonna do this anyways, like understand what your window was, because hopefully like you took where Galio and like Azir are like their summer spells in consideration, because we knew that Gragas. Actually, did we know that Gragas was top?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Mhm.
They did.
Mhm.
Uh,
Right.
told Gary
Right.
that he give one to Summer, his sister, and he didn't answer.
Mhm.
Monday. Uncle, Grandma's waiting. And that's, yeah, we're gonna go to get someone.
Pero vamos a ir a otra parte. Hi, Jackie. Ya la saqué un rato.
Sorry. So it's just like, which one would you rather go for? 90% success rate play or 10% success rate play? So it's just like think of like every like option that they have like within like their given comp and just like their summoner spells as like extra percentage, right? Like say like if Galio's like topside, right, and like the same factors like still apply. The only thing that changed is that Galio's like now topside. This goes from like a 90% success rate to like maybe like a 60 or like a 70, just because of how useful that tool is and defending against the type of play that you guys would want to do at this given time, right? Hey, fuck it, dude. Whatever. That's how people become silver for 300 games every season in the past 8 years. Whew. Nah, man. Hey, my bad, dude. But if the shoe fits, yeah. Damn. But yeah, it's just like like you guys said, it's like understand the windows. Like this is like what tempo is. Like if you like really gets like no tempo at like it's like very root core, like how like teams play off of it. It's based off stuff like this because like the tempo now is in your favor because like these are bot sides. So like a play topside makes more sense because you have tempo topside. You have advantage topside. It makes sense why you would want to go for this like right now, right? And we have the wave state for this. This wave adds into the tempo. Seraphine and Seraphine being mid lane can like help with the tempo. If we're able to like keep him here, that's great. But he goes over to his bot side, right? Like he moved like over here. I don't know where he's going. But like, we can't know this. If he recalls, it's perfect, right? Yeah, they just. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The more I look at it though, the more it's just like in your favor because of like the mid pressure right now. They're like now like Azir has to choose between like TPs like help out if he decides to TP and then like losing this wave and then like, you guys get an advantage like mid lane and worst case scenario you probably just back off top lane, right? Because like how can these two like kill you like realistically speaking? So like you have like all bases covered. Yeah. Also, if it turns into a fight, they can move too because of like this tempo. Like Xayah has to like catch this. Xayah can't go here and ignore this. If she does, then like she has to hope that this works out, right? So yeah, the window to dive is here. After this, no, because like now like they know that you guys have like 4 people on the top side of the map. So now like they are preparing for that, which is why they're right here. Like sure, that's like a response to this, but it's no big deal, right? Because like why would they go bot right now? There's no reason for them to go bot, right? So if you go top, they're gonna go top. The window's gone now because like now there's no more pressure. Like this isn't gonna be enough to just like stop Galio because like Xayah doesn't have to be here, or Xayah doesn't have to be right here, right? Only Galio can be here, and then that's good enough. And like maybe Gragas too. So Xayah can be here. So like now the pressure they have mid lane is irrelevant because it's not affecting like this play right here. And now you have no bot lane pressure to make them choose between like okay, either I go like now Galio doesn't have to choose between going bot or going top. The decision's really easy, right? Just fucking go top. You're not gonna kill mid. Like nothing's gonna happen right here. We're gonna defend this. And like it just like bleeds like everywhere, right? And it's just like, well, now for what? Which is why I went over like the scenario that I did because it's just like it's good to understand when and when you can and when you can't. Because if you guys are able to like carry that like thought process and just kind of like really like break down those plays and set it up like that, you're gonna have a higher success rate naturally. Because the moment you start thinking about this shit and you go against players that don't, you're gonna win more as a consequence. It's gonna fucking happen. Unless you get unlucky, sure, but then you're still gonna win your next few like 4 games, right? You lose one, who the fuck cares? You're still gonna win more than you lose. No, go ahead. Yeah, so I mean, so the problem is just like these things are just like vague. It's just like you're telling her to go like do that, but it's just like what's like the goal with that? Like what are you trying to accomplish with her going there? And then it's just like, well, also like her like going there is like really bad. Yeah, it was like over here, right, when she was warding. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure. Wait, is Trevor? So real quick, is Trevor in here? Okay, so I'm actually like recording this, so like it's actually like a good thing, so like that way I can just like send it to them because it's like a really important concept too. Essentially, I don't know if like I ever talked to you about this, Wallace, but like I've talked to like other teams about this and other support players. Essentially, like the way that you want to like look at warding is you kind of have you ever watched or like played American football? Yeah. Okay. Have you ever watched or played regular football, not American? Yes. Okay. Okay, but like you know what like offsides are, right? So essentially, like right now, Zara's offsides. Yeah, she's offsides. But then, like, you know, like what, like, how do you like kind of like determine what offsides is for warding, right? Like, what do you like really have to look at? Like, essentially, like the turrets, like you go, like when you go past like this, where the turrets are at, this is offsides, right? Like going anywhere past there is really fucking dangerous, right? This is where like supports get caught because they go into like these like areas, like past, like the line of scrimmage, right? And then like now it's like fuck, like she's like way beyond like the line of scrimmage. So. Yeah, no, she would have been great, right? But that's what it's like important to like understand because like so many supports do this. Like it's actually like almost every single support that I've seen like does stuff like this because they don't understand like the consequences of like this like invisible line that like the turrets hold, right? Like essentially like when you kill this turret, right? The line opens up. Right. Well, like now the line of scrimmage becomes like over here. So like if you like ever go back to like look at your games, you look at the wards that you can get. Why does this exist? Right? Because when this turret T1 is gone and this one's up, you're able to like move more into the map because you cannot like you just can't cross this. Right? So warding here is a little bit more safer because you can walk in here. Right? You can walk like that, but you can't go over here. This is dangerous, right? But you can ward like literally anywhere else, like before this line of scrimmage. Because if you're walking over here, you can drop here, and then drop over here, right? Because like now you're safer, right? And this is like how like I mean this goes for like laners too. Like your wave state and like the state of the game like kind of like determines like the line of scrimmage based off turrets and minion waves, right? Like people might think like, oh well, like you know we have like this like shoving ish, and then we have this shoving, so I can ward aggressively. It's just like no, you still have to respect the line of scrimmage. Because once you go offside, so what happens? You die, like obviously, right? Yeah, actually, thanks for bringing that up because I actually like almost like missed that. I was supposed to say it, but I got sidetracked. My bad. Give me one quick second. I'm gonna grab some water. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Wait, why did we want this? Yeah. I think there's just like simply like you're just like running like into them. I think it's just better if like they come to you. Because if they come to you, you can punish. Because like I guess like the scenario like I want to give is just like if you have 4 people right here, right, and like you have like a ward right here, and like they think like you have all vision clear, they don't know that you're on dragon, they just assume that you're starting it, right? Essentially, how can your team comp punish like people walking in like right here? Like how do you guys react to that? Right, like what tools do you have to like catch them? Well, you have like a Zyra, you have a Seraphine, you have Nihilus, you have like literally every champion in the fucking world to be able to like punish them if they walk into you. But you decide that like you guys like I guess like decide that it'd be a good idea to go into them, which makes no sense because they can actually disengage with Gragas, Azir, Xayah, Galio. They can actually like hold you guys off. It's like you're playing like Morgana, right? Like Morgana's like trying to flash Q. Like Morgana's like in here trying to flash Q. It's just like, well, why? Just wait right here. They walk in. You don't have to flash Q. They just come to you. They die.
I'm here. Wanda!
I'll be right back. Sorry about that. There's actually a chance I might have to leave a bit sooner than expected because my family needs to do some stuff. So I could probably like finish like this game, but I probably can't do a second game. Oh yeah, that's fine. I mean, at that point, it'd probably be like information like overload. I'm just gonna like go ahead and like schedule like a practice regimen for you guys to do. So just like build like habits to kind of like that kind of like correlates with your goals. Yeah. Yeah. Because like essentially like everything like from this past point on, right? It's just gonna be like the same things over again. Like it's gonna be like, what did you like kind of like get out of like, or how did you prepare for this? Like what were you taking into consideration? And just like because like you guys like kind of get like the idea of like what goes into just like the train of thought for like these like kinds of plays. So like now I'm gonna like go ahead and like give you guys like a little like practice session and kind of just like go from there. So then that way like you're able to just like do these things like more consistently. It's habit building essentially is what we're doing. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Oh, you guys won that game, huh? Okay. So if like our main focus and like our goal is still going to be like communication, because like this is like the biggest thing that's coming up, we're going to make sure that we're doing like the small things consistently, and we're going to start from there. So the biggest thing that we're going to look to do in our next scrim block, or like our next like few scrim blocks, is we're actually going to like be like super anal about timing important I guess like ultimate cooldowns, right? And summoner spells, right? So I'm not saying that I want you guys to just like go into a game and just like ping it and then like leave it at that. I want you guys to engage in discussion on this. Like, so say like jungle's going bot, right? Hey, do they have any summoners, right? And then it's going to be either yes or no, or I don't know, right? And then if you say I don't know, play like they do. Yeah, assume they do, right? So yeah, so every time they use it, like ping it. You don't have to time it. Like I think that'll be like a little bit like too much. Like I think just get comfortable with just like spotting it and just like tabbing and then hitting it right away. So then like now I want you guys to go into your plays, right? Because I'm pretty sure you do this already. I want you to just like I said before, ask or say before you set up a play and as you're setting up a play. Oh, sorry, as you're executing the play. This means that like we have a 4v4, right? And then we have like a 3v3, and we have like Syndra Syndra, Udyr, and Ornn on the enemy team. And it's just like, okay, like we know that Ornn has no flash, and we know that Udyr has no flash. And then like as the fight progresses, we actually like decide to go on Syndra, and then she pops flash, right? And then so as like our teammates are probably joining for the fight, we communicate, Syndra no flash, and then no flash. Or no flash. We didn't no flash. Here you go, keep chasing, right? We kind of like go into just like that whole like little dialogue. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So, because like I just like want to make sure that like we're good on this, so it's just like next scrim block, like let's just like try and like focus on this. Like if you guys are good at it, then it's gonna be like no problem, right? But like I'm not gonna leave it just like this. There's gonna be like another element, and I'm gonna actually give me one quick second. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Anything. See what else we got. So we're gonna go for this for now, and this is gonna be our main focus is scrim block. I feel like it's like kind of like too much because like I don't like giving like too much like at once because it's gonna be like overwhelming. But I guess like that way, like since you guys are like good with like this, then these two should be like simple. Well, actually, sorry, it's just like this, right? This is gonna be like your main focus. Because if we want to get good at mid to late game macro, we have to make sure that we can do this consistently. Because macro does not start at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 minutes. It starts as soon as the game starts. Everything that you take in, what like players like do to just like have like good mid to like late game macro is have like a good like fundamental basis in the early parts. You cannot make decisions later on into the game when it's like infinitely harder if you can't do it like early game when there's like not as much going on. So start here, and then like I'm gonna check in with you guys like within like the next 2 weeks, right? And so if you guys like have this like solidified, then we can go from there. That we actually like branch out into like more complex ideas and more complex plays. Like actually because like you're comfortable with this, and it actually like gives you guys like more stuff to like execute, right? And like now you're always gonna be like a step ahead of everyone, and then you're just gonna like naturally just like be better than people because of that. But really just like train this, like this is habit building for the next 2 weeks. I guess for the sports, just like consciousness of wording and timing. Yeah, I'm going to. Actually, I'm going to leave something from the laners too. Before you TP, check your lane state. And then if your team like needs you to TP and like your wave is like gigabyte, you can actually like lose the game if like the play doesn't work out. Say like, no, I can't TP, and then like you let the play fizzle out, and then we're gonna be okay with the play like fizzling out. It doesn't matter how good the play is in like your guys' like head. If like it's gonna fuck over your laner and like it does have a high chance of like it working out, then like it better be like a game deciding fight. Then at that point, like you guys like better win off of that. Okay.